What's up, guys? It's Bolt back here with another video. This video we're going to start breaking down my low level invasion builds, and we're going to be starting with the low level strength build. This build is level 70. Let's check out our stats. Keep in mind I am using Radagon's Sword Seal, so I am getting 5 extra points to my vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity. So with Radagon's Sword Seal we have 40 vigor, 25 endurance, 55 strength, 14 dex, and everything else was left base. Now, with the way that matchmaking works, you want to make sure you have your weapons at a level where it kind of matches your rune level. So for this build, we are using level 15 weapons. Somber weapons will be equivalent to level 6 plus 6. So plus 6 somber, plus 15 regular weapons. And this is the gear we're using, guys. Kind of the fashion that I like. I really like the fashion on this one. This looks like some kind of badass Viking look got going on. And at the same time, we have our 61 poise, which is the breakpoint that you guys want to reach so you guys don't get staggered by some of the smaller weapons like katanas and straight swords, things of that nature. The bigger weapons will always be a problem, but we don't have that much endurance on this build, so you want to at least reach your 61 breakpoint while looking awesome, like my character here. So in terms of talismans, it's gonna depend. The last two are always gonna be dependent on which weapon you are using. Radagon's Sword Seal and the Bulgo talisman will always be on, and then your last two are depending on the weapon you use. I use a lot of thrusting weapons, or weapons that have thrusting attacks. Those seem to be the best attacks in this game. So I'll typically like to have my Spear Talisman on, and then depending on which Astral War I am using, I will have Shard of Alexander. If I'm using something like with Storm Stomp, it doesn't need Shard of Alexander, I'll put something else on, like Jump Talisman, the Claw Talisman, or depending what I'm using. If I'm using double straight swords, I'll use Round Wing Insignia or Green Turtle Talisman. It all depends on which weapon you are using. If I'm using my one of my favorites, Iron Cleaver, I will use the Axe Talisman. But so this is what I typically like to run. So here's my weapons that I enjoy using for this build. Everybody will have their own. So my favorites are the ones I use the most frequently are the Zweihander. Unfortunately, I would like to use the Greatsword, but it weighs too much for this low level, so I am using the Zweihander, but because it's the lightest colossal sword. But it also has probably the best moveset in my opinion out of all the colossal swords because of this R2 that it has, the charged R2 or the R2. It is insane. And then with the Spear Talisman, if you land that, you should be one-shotting some phantoms with that attack. It's so good for spacing. Really great attack. And everybody knows the crouch poke meta that comes with the colossal sword, so make sure you're doing that. In terms of Ashes of War that I enjoy on my Zweihander, I do like Giant Hunt, probably my favorite. Sometimes I'll mess around with Royal Knight's Resolve or Lion's Claw or something like that, but I would say Giant Hunt is my favorite on that weapon. And then the rest of my weapons, like I said, it's all going to be up to your preferences. I like to go double heavy broadswords. I'll keep one with Storm Stomp. The main one will have Storm Stomp so I could get the free hidden with the L1. And the other one will be something where I could get them from range. So I'll have like Thunderbolt, or I'll even have Huralu's Earthshaker on there too, just in case I get swarmed. I have to switch over. Clean Rot sword is just for an offhand rapier. Sometimes I like to go with an offhand rapier. Heavy Iron Cleaver, you guys already know. I did a whole video on this weapon. Just too much fun. So awesome. I love it. It's so much fun to use. Highly recommend using it. When I get into a nasty gank situation where I know that the guys are just really like just toxic ganks, I have to bust out these cold pikes right here. I don't use them too often because they're like the strongest. Double spears are like the strongest weapons in the game, so I don't use them too often. Sometimes I'll just use them just because I hardly ever use them, or sometimes I have to bust them out for a nasty gank. So I do I do have Glintstone Pebble on my main cold spear, and then the cold pike, and then the other cold pike will have Huralu's Earthshaker, Heavy Claymore. I have Storm Stomp on that. Let me just show it. I have Storm Stomp on that because once you Storm Stomp with the Claymore, it guarantees a follow-up R2. Not even an R1. When you Storm Stomp with the Claymore, you could R2 into it. The Heavy Lance. I have Royal Knights in there. You want to do some nice trades with that, with the Spear Talisman, and get some nasty damage. I have my Heavy Grave Scythe, for shield turtles with Royal Knights resolve, a good chunk of your damage will go through their shield, so they'll have to think twice before hiding behind that great shield. Heavy Knight Rider Glaive, I have Flaming Strike on that. Great attack to have with halberds, as they had that the second follow-up attack has a nice wide arcing sweep, and you have a nice reach with it. Rusted Anchor, another one of my favorites. You saw it on my level 150 strength build. You put Royal Knights Resolve, Claw Talisman, Spirit Talisman, jumping attack will probably one-shot your Phantom. The Jar Cannon is probably your best tool as an invader, guys, hands down. You could be such a threat from range. You could knock people off cliffs. It's amazing. Pair this with, if I'm using that, I like to use the Concealing Veil and crouch and set up in good positioning. Then you could put your bow type talismans on if you want to really annoy these these gank squads. But really, guys, the heavy Jar Cannon, I mean, it's just like your best tool. And then yeah, my Zweihander, and then Beastman's Heavy Cleaver. I don't use it too often. I have Flame of the Red Maids on there just for like mix-ups and things like that. That's about it, guys. This is a pretty self-explanatory build. Nothing fancy here. It's just melee. We're sacrificing a lot of other attributes for our strength here. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, in terms of places where I do like to invade at this level, Volcano Manor right here. The Temple of Igle, Prison Town Church are my two favorites. I like, let me go into, because I sometimes forget the names. I like this area right here, the Rune-strewn Precipice. It's a good one that I enjoy invading at. Once in a while, you might be lucky and you could invade the Shaded Castle. This is a good place to invade as well. And sometimes you'll get lucky and you get some low-level players that made it all the way up to Lanedell, but if they're low level, like level 70, and they're in Lanedell, chances are they have high level phantoms with them. And then you could always get invasions in Caelid, but a lot of gang squads venture out here. Same thing with Lernia. It's all dependent. Sometimes I'll try to get the caves over here, the one with the what's the name of that boss? I forgot, the one with the bullhorns and stuff like that. So you get some nice in the Celia Crystal Tunnel. You get pretty decent invasions. But yeah, guys, that's about it. Hope everybody enjoys this video. If you do, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps my channel out. Let me know in the comment section what other kind of videos you would like to see. If you like the music in my videos after I do my brief introductions like I'm doing here, let me know. If you don't want the music, or what do you prefer, guys? Just curious to hear everybody's thoughts. That's it. Hope everybody enjoys it, and I'll catch every single one of you guys in the next one.